Hi,
Hi, Archie.
how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great.
You are in a different place than I have seen you before, I think.
It is in my home and living room.
All right. Well, I want to know what that animal is behind you on the back of the couch next to a bear. Is that a lion? I like it. It looks soft.
And I have a big one. It's this one. This is much bigger than this.
Oh, I love it. It looks wonderful.
Huh.
Oh, I love it. So cute. Does it have a name?
No,
Do any of your stuffed animals have names?
just the big one.
What's
This one.
yeah, what is its name?
It is called 蓝白熊, 蓝白 bear.
That's a little bit hard for me to say. Say it again.
And in English it is blue-red bear.
Blue-red bear.
Yes.
So,
And the monkey.
oh, I like the monkey. So tell me the name of the blue-red bear again in Chinese.
蓝白 bear.
Bai bear.
Yes.
Oh, lan is blue. How do you say red? I thought red was hong. Hongsa.
Yes. Wait for me. I'm going to do something.
Is it lan hongsa bear?
No, it's blue-red bear.
Well,
The
blue.
line is blue and the and the by is white.
So it's
Blue
blue
white
bear.
bear.
So it's
Yes.
so it's lan bai bear. Lan bai bear.
And I'm going to give you to see some art. I draw it.
Ooh, I love seeing art. Lan bai bear.
I draw 8 art.
Ooh. Was this with a class you did online?
Yes. One is this one. The 7 little sheep.
Oh, I think I know this story. Oh, I love that picture. Oh, I love it.
Do you find the frog? This one. This the red little, isn't it?
Little Red Riding Hood?
Yes. And this is the three pigs. And this is the oldest one. 3 little pigs. The oldest one. And this is the 7 little sheep's mom.
So you're kind of mixing up the fairy tales in that picture, right?
Yes, and there the sheep is all playing hide and seek.
Nice.
And this one.
Wow.
I write Chinese here.
Yes, I see that. Oh, I love it.
Do you know the fairy tale that a boy have many sheep and he was lying and he said there's a wolf and all the people come up the mountain and there's no wolf.
That's called The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Look here. And I write SOS.
That's great.
And this one, this is the Red Riding Hood. And this is the 3 little pigs, the big one. And this is the Red Riding Hood house. And here, look, it's a wolf. And
Wow.
I draw my face on this. I draw my face.
I love it.
Do you know who is this? This is my teacher, and I'm here. And this is the penguin, and this Pikachu. Do you know who is it? Do you know who is she? She is 戴之颖.
Huh.
And this is Doraemon.
Any more?
I just draw 8-1. I will draw more this week.
You are an amazing artist. Do you like doing art?
Yes.
So does your mom, right?
Yes.
I will go ahead and share my iPad screen with you. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So they just finished opening up some treasure chests that they found on this shipwreck. And the last thing they found was some potions of water breathing. Good, Harper said. If we decide to follow the map, those potions might come in handy. We are so following the map, Poe said. Right? Morgan, Ash said. You seem unsure about this. Morgan brought his square hand up to his chin. He pondered silently for a moment. Pondering is when you think about something. Finally, he said, the contents of a chest are supposed to be somewhat random. Random means they are not planned, they are not organized, they are not expected, they could just be anything. He said, and this feels not very random, right? Because if the treasure map sends them onto the ocean, and in the treasure chest is exactly what they need to go onto the ocean, then that does not seem random. That seems well planned out. So he paced around in the cramped quarters. That means pacing is when you walk back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. That's pacing. And then he says, it's way too convenient that we would find these water-breathing potions right here at the edge of the sea. Convenient, this word right here, convenient means really good timing, right? Like something is happening at a convenient time, right when you need it. It's good timing. If you say it's too convenient, then you're saying, something's fishy. Something doesn't seem right. Something seems kind of tricky. Like maybe we better be careful and not just trust this so easily. Ash nodded slowly in agreement. I see what you mean. It's certainly suspicious. Suspicious means you don't want to trust it. You don't want to believe that it's okay, that it's safe, that it's fine, that it's good. You want to think, something is fishy here. Something is not what it seems. There's something going on here. We don't know what it is, but we really need to be careful. On the other hand, maybe we just got lucky. We are due some luck, Harper said. After all, I got blown up a few minutes ago. I think this picture right here is a picture of the potion of underwater breathing. I wanted to take a look here at pondered silently. This also means mulling it over. It's kind of hard to see those. Mulling. It's kind of a funny word. Mulling. Mulling it over is pondering. Those are fancy ways of saying thinking about it. And the fact that we are here actually in the game means that this Minecraft is a little different from the Minecraft we thought we knew, Poe added. We've already seen some mobs acting strangely. Remember, mobs are the characters. Maybe treasure chests are less random in this version of the game. Maybe, Morgan said, still thinking. Do you think it's a trick? Jody asked. A trap? Poe thought about that. There was a lot they still didn't know about this place. The 5 of them accessed this virtual world with special VR headsets their science teacher had created. There had been 6 headsets, but the 6th headset had gone missing. Do you think that's an important sentence? Oh, your microphone is off.
Yes.
Yes, right? There's 5 kids that are on this team that are exploring together in the Minecraft world, and they each have a headset. That's 5 VR headsets. But this sentence tells us there had been 6, but the 6th one is missing. It doesn't say it got ruined or damaged or thrown away or broken. It's missing. Do you think that maybe someone is using it? I think it's very mysterious that there is a 6th headset and no one knows where it is. That's why I circled this sentence and put a big green star next to it, because I want to remember to come back and check this out later. And there had been clues that someone else was in here with them. Dun, 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 dun. They have found clues, maybe in the previous books of the series, that there is someone else in the Minecraft world with them. Someone had stolen materials from them and then used those materials to spell out a warning in big blocky letters that said, "Beware the Evoker King." Evoker King. Well, here is what I found when I did a Google search for the Evoker King. These don't look exactly the same. I think this one looks more like a king because I think this is a crown. But the Evoker King showed up in the group of hostile mobs. And hostile means not friendly. That means the Evoker King must not be friendly, must not be someone who wants to be helpful. And beware means be careful. And someone or something had recently caused a huge migration of zombies and skeletons. All right, well, there's some big words in there. Migration is when a bunch of animals, birds, or people are moving together from one place to another place, usually pretty far away. So I have a couple pictures here of birds that are migrating. So they are all the same kind of bird. They are flying together in a big group. A lot of birds will migrate when the seasons change. For example, where I grew up, in the winter, there would be snow and ice. And so every fall, around October, when it started getting colder outside, a lot of birds would migrate to a different part of the country further south that did not get snow and ice in the winter. So here's another example. See, these birds are migrating. So I only have pictures of birds that are migrating, but migration is when a big group of animals or birds or people are moving. Now they're talking about the migration of zombies and skeletons. That doesn't sound good. The kids had crossed several biomes over the last few visits in their search for answers. They had run out of land now. All they had found was the ocean. These are biomes. So biomes are different types of places that animals and people can live on Earth. So we have up here the tropical rainforest. A tropical rainforest gets a lot of rain. The temperate forest. This is the desert, the savanna, grassland, marine or the ocean, fresh water. There's no salt in this water. Tundra. Those are the names of different biomes. I think in the previous books in this series, the kids had been in different biomes, and now they are about to go into the ocean biome. So they came to the edge of the ocean, and it felt like a dead end. They said, no more land. What do we do now? We've explored all of the land. But the ocean could be crossed. Poe wanted to know what was on the other side. Now, I think these kids have questions because it says here their search for answers. I'm not sure what answers they are searching for. I'm not sure what questions they have. I wonder if I needed to read the books in the series that came before this one to know what are they looking for? What questions do they have? As if reading his mind, Harper quickly expressed that she did not feel the same way. Maybe we should just go back, she suggested. I liked that village. We could raise some more sheep. I could get more practice with the enchanting table. Or we could go all the way back to our castle, Jody added. We could make it even bigger, and I could create more sculptures. I think they're talking about some places they were at in some of the previous books in this series. There must have been a village where they were raising sheep. There must have been an enchanting table and a castle and sculptures. Sculptures are like art, but instead of doing a painting or a drawing, you build something. So they're three-dimensional. Here's an example of a sculpture. Here's another example of a sculpture. Some of them are very interesting. There's another sculpture. This is an old and famous sculpture. This is another old and famous sculpture. Sculpture, sculpture. That's not really what Minecraft is all about, though, at least for me, Ash said. Sure, building is fun, but I don't want to stay in one place. I always want to see what's out there beyond the horizon. This word horizon is when you are standing on the edge of the ocean, do you see this line right here? It's the line between the water and the sky. That is the horizon. So when you're looking across the ocean, you can see the water goes on forever and ever. And you don't really see what's on the other side of it, but you do see this line between the sky and the water. And that's called the horizon. It's the line where if the sun was coming up in the morning, you'd see it showing up at the horizon. Same thing if it was setting. And Ash, who likes to explore, she always wants to know what's beyond the horizon, what's on the other side of the ocean. She always wants to keep going and exploring and see new things. She is an explorer, a discoverer. She likes to discover new things. Yes, Poe said, especially if there's a treasure map pointing the way. Who knows what we might find? It could be a trap, though, Morgan said. Poe shrugged. Then we'll deal with it together. As friends, Ash said. Jody smiled. That works for me. I'm convinced too, said Harper, but we should make sure it's unanimous. Unanimous means everybody agrees. So all 5 of them need to say yes. If one of them says no, that is not unanimous. They're talking about following a treasure map, going onto the ocean, and it could be dangerous. They don't know what to expect. Morgan is a little bit worried that it could be a trap. He keeps thinking about how the treasure chest had been full of water-breathing potions, which is exactly what they need, which means it was not a random thing for the water-breathing potions to be in the treasure chest. And he's thinking about, there is that 6th missing headset. There does seem to be somebody else in the game with us using that missing headset, and we don't know who it is, where they are, if they're friendly or not friendly. So he's a little bit cautious. But the other 4, they agree that they want to take this risk. So they ask Morgan, what do you say? Morgan gazed out over the still, dark horizon, and Poe looked over his shoulder. As far as the eye could see, there was only water. I say, X marks the spot, Morgan said at last. Do you think that means he's ready to go exploring or that he's a little bit too worried? Number 1, ready to go exploring. Well, this brings us to the beginning of chapter 3. And I think this is probably a good place for us to put our star. But before we sign off today, when we started chapter 2, I said that we were going to go back and look at the title of chapter 2. I said that we would go back and look at the beginning of chapter 2 at the title. So let's look at what the title says. Go ahead, rock the boat. It's already super broken. We have an expression in English that goes like this: don't rock the boat. So if you rock the boat, that means you do or say something that might cause a problem or upset someone. So when we say don't rock the boat, it means don't say anything or do anything that might cause a problem or upset someone so that the whole plan falls apart, or the whole agreement falls apart, or the team cannot agree on what they're going to do, and then the plan is gone. But here they say, go ahead, rock the boat. We don't care. The boat's broken anyway. Now, what's so funny about this is the author is combining literal language and figurative language. So when we're talking about rocking the boat or not rocking the boat, really that is figurative language. Remember, figurative language is when the meaning is different than how it sounds. Like when we say it's a piece of cake and we just mean it's easy. So figurative, the meaning is something different from what it sounds like. So if we say, don't rock the boat, we are not talking about a boat. We're just talking about be careful what you say and what you do so that no one gets upset and so that the plan doesn't fall through. But when they say the boat is already super broken, that's literal, because in this chapter there is a boat, and the boat that they find has been shipwrecked. It is broken. It can't float anymore. So they're taking the expression, the figurative expression, don't rock the boat, and combining it with the literal boat that they found that has already been broken. So I think the author likes to kind of play with words and combine figurative and literal language sometimes. And then we, the reader, can say, ha ha ha, that's very funny and clever. Okay, it is time for us to say, you have to take your microphone off.
So long.
Cheddar Chip.
Goodbye.